for University of Georgia basketball.
Back with you at Mizzou Arena, along with Chuck Donnell and producer and engineer Adam Gillespie. Scott Howard with you. Matt Schweikert in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. And the Dogs enjoy a 3-lead at the break, 29-26. Both teams, as we look at the first half stats, didn't shoot the ball very well. Missouri at 33%, Georgia at 35% for the game. On the three ball, Georgia was 4 of 15. Tigers 3 for 14. Georgia was 4 of 15. I think I misspoke there. Free throws, not a lot of fouls called in that first half, Chuck. Georgia 3 of 4 at the line. Missouri 3 for 3. Rebounding, Georgia +5 there on the glass, 22-17. And the leading scorers in the game, Georgia has no one in double figures. Cannon Catchings with 8 points in the first half to lead the Dogs. And then Mitchell for Missouri has 11. He's the only guy on the floor in double digits.
Well, Scott, you mentioned that Missouri shot 33% from the floor in the first half. We shot 35. That's obviously well below our percentage. But listen, they shoot on average 49% from the floor. So they are well below. And I'd like to tell you that, it's because we were playing such great defense, we were just smothering them. That's not quite the case. They missed a lot of point-blank shots. They missed a lot of wide-open jumpers. I don't think that'll probably continue throughout the second half. I would expect that at some point they'll start to knock down some of those shots. So we're going to have to step up our defense, and we're going to have to shoot better. 35% is 8 points below our average, which is 43%. So we need to shoot better, too.
Yeah, the Tigers #1 in the conference in field goal percentage, but not tonight. And Georgia #1 in the country in scoring, but only 29 points at the half tonight.
So we're getting 67 here because we've been averaging 96.
All right, let's go to our final break of the half, and then we'll crank up in half number 2 in the home stretch here in chilly Columbia, Missouri. Well, it's more like frigid Columbia. It's not chilly. It's past that. 29-26, Dogs with a 3-point lead as we go to the second half next on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through February 2nd, 2026. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In sports, every second matters. In life, your time is your most valuable resource, and your decisions matter. I'm Lee Perkins, owner of J.L. Perkins Wealth Management right here in Macon. Our team has been helping retirees and pre-retirees all over Georgia make the most of their time in retirement by making the best decisions. To learn more, text Next Phase to 478-475-2050, and I'll send you a free copy of my Next Phase book. and we'll show you how to make your next phase your best phase.
Whether you're tailgating in Athens or camping under the stars, Campers Inn RV of Byron has you covered. Family owned since 1966, we've got fifth wheels, travel trailers, and motorhomes, including Class A, B, and C models, plus the largest selection of Grand Design, Tiffin motorhomes, and Forest River RVs in Middle Georgia. So Bulldog fans, make your road trips legendary. Visit Campers Inn RV of Byron off exit 149 just east of the interstate. Campers Inn RV, where Dog Nation hits the road.
Now, back to Georgia men's basketball on the Superstations.
All right, here we go. Second half, Missouri to touch the ball first to start the half. Robinson has it, drives to the foul line. Fadeaway 15-footer is off the iron. No good. Rebound catchings for the Dogs.
Let's see if we can have a little run here in this first 4 minutes.
Well, it'd be nice to start one. Georgia with a 3-point lead. Catchings baseline 2. Back of the rim. Rebound. Cruz falling out of bounds. Saves it into a teammate, Robinson. Here comes Missouri in transition now. Mitchell has it underneath. Ripped away by Santo as he went up. And then the outlet pass is stolen by Stone and laid it up and in.
Well, there was no need for Cannon Catchings to try to pass that ball over to Santo.
Quick three by Wilkinson, and a foul on Missouri on the shot. It's off the rim. And that Scana Energy three-point basket will have to be made at the free throw line now. Well, how about that? Let's do that, Jay Wilk. 29-28 after that steal and lay-in by Jaden Stone. His first points of the game, by the way, for Missouri. Now 1 for 6 in the game. He's one of their leading scorers. In fact, second on the team in points this year, averaging 15 a game, and needs just 6 more to get to 1,000 for his career. Free throw number 1 by Jeremiah Wilkinson. Good. He's got 2 more. Wilkinson, 6'1", transfer from Cal, 76% shooter. He's a left-hander, and free throw number 2 is good. So he's 1 more away from a Scana Energy 3 at the free throw line. Number 3 in the air and good. Swished it. 32-28, Georgia in front. Missouri to inbound the basketball with Mark Mitchell. Catchings to guard the inbound. They skip it into Robinson. Ross is guarding him in the backcourt. Now a sprint into the front side. Robinson delivers a one-handed pass to Mitchell. Mitchell, the leading scorer in the game with 11 so far. Hands it off to Cruz between the circles. Ross switches onto him. They go to Stone. Bounce it into Phillips. Baseline spin move. Jump hook over Santo. Rattled home. Good. Sean Phillips with his first points. 32-30. Georgia by 2. Missouri hasn't led since the first half, about the 15-minute mark. There's a swiping foul on Phillips from behind on Santo, and they laugh about it after that. You got into a little bit of a tussle early on, but Phillips and Santo seem to have buried the hatchet.
Yeah, looks like all is well that ends well.
Phillips with his second foul, too, and that was not a smart one if you're keeping score at home. Dogs, Ross with the basketball. Penetrate, kick out. Catchings, open 3. Can't get it to go. Blue Canes rebound and putback. Rims out, no good. And Missouri with the basketball. Here's Mitchell up the near sideline. They run a lob play to Phillips. He catches it in the air, gets it to go, and he's fouled on the play. A 3-point opportunity for the Tigers, who've tied it now at 32.
Well, we just missed at least two really short, golden opportunities to score on the other end. They come down, get a break, the ball falls in, and they go to the line.
But Phillips is not a strong foul shooter, only 47%. He's got the and one opportunity to try to give Missouri the lead here. However, he was 6 for 8 in their 8-point loss at LSU on Saturday. So better numbers than he's accustomed to this season. 7-footer from Dayton, Ohio. At the line, free throw. Got it, good. 3-point play for the Tigers, and that's their first lead since a little better than 15 minutes remaining in the first half. It's 33-32, Tigers. Missouri crowd starting to get on its feet here, slowly, but some of them are. And there's an offensive foul on the Dogs right as Kane was getting ready to pull a trigger on a three.
I'm not sure that was an offensive foul.
Oh, I think you're right. Well, who are they calling it on? No, they called it on Cruz. You're right. Yeah, it was on Missouri. Excuse me. Jacob Cruz with the foul. Now the officials want to discuss something briefly between Courtney Green and James Breeding. Now Pat Adams, the Missouri crowd, including me, thought that was on Georgia. But thankfully it wasn't. The Dogs get to keep possession of the basketball. The foul was on Cruz. Wilkinson has it on the near wing, guarded by T.O. Barrett. Cross court to Catchings. Dribbles it. Double team. Nothing there. Back out to Wilkinson for a three. Good. Scana Energy three straight away from about 23 feet.
We get Jeremiah cranked up with a few of those. We'll put some space between us. That's what we need to kind of keep this crowd out of the game down the stretch.
Back in the lead goes Georgia by 2, 35-33. And some contact at half court. They're going to call a foul on Missouri, I think. Is that the call?
It is, and I got to tell you, it was one of those situations, Scott, where really
ball got loose, Chuck, and now looking at the replay, Mitchell hooking. He had Catching's arm hooked, and that's what Pat Adams called.
That's what Pat Adams saw. Because from where I was sitting here looking down, it looked to me like he'd pushed him, like Cannon had pushed him down.
Crowd obviously didn't look at the replay that we saw. Wilkinson tries to lay it up with the left hand. That's no good. Somto rebounds, spins, and goes in for a dunk, and they foul him to prevent the dunk. Going to put him on the line instead. Another Missouri foul. Stops the clock, 17:24 to go. Georgia by 2.
Boy, that's their fifth.
Phillips, another foul. That's his third. And Somto will be on the free throw line for 2 shots. Somto only has 2 points tonight, both at the free throw line. Still looking for his first field goal of the game. And that free throw is all net. Good. Dogs fell behind just briefly by 1. Now they're back up by 3, 36-33. Phillips checks out of the ball game for Missouri. And Trent Pierce back in at 6'10". And Somto's second free throw is good. Ripped it again. Made them both. He's 4 for 4 tonight. Dogs lead is 4, 37-33. Missouri ball against Georgia. Full court pressure. Now we sag back into the half court. Blue Kane on the ball. T.O. Barrett brings it across for the Tigers. Drops it off on the bounce to Mitchell. Mitchell dribbles in the circle. Spins by Wilkinson. Runs into Somto, who's called for a foul. Somto had his arms raised high in the air, but made body contact with Mitchell. That was kind of
he was standing dead still too.
Yeah, I agree.
I've gotten to where that is such a hard call for us to make because it's whatever the official happens to think at that particular moment. There doesn't seem to be a set reason.
Because he's a big guy and he was standing in the way. Even though it looked like he was playing pretty good. He had good defensive position there. He wasn't in the restricted area. Free throw by Mitchell is good. His first point of the half. He's got a dozen tonight to lead the Tigers in the scoring. And the left-hander knocks down a pair of foul shots. 13 points for Mark Mitchell. He's their leading scorer this season, averaging 17 a game. He had 13 and 5 in the loss to LSU. Backdoor feed to Ross is blocked by Missouri. Tigers take the ball away and run in transition. Here's Barrett open down the baseline. The lay-in is good and a late foul on the Dogs. Is that on Somto? Nope, that was on Ross. That's the first on Jordan.
Well, we left the baseline wide open. He went in wisely, used both hands to go up with the basketball so that he made sure that he got the goal. And then, of course, he drew the foul.
They've tied it again at 37, and Barrett's free throw will roll in for the and one, and that's a 38-37 Missouri lead.
And this is a team, by the way, Missouri, that does not shoot free throws particularly well, but they are tonight. Not terrible.
No, they're perfect tonight, 7 for 7. Floater by Catchings going towards the basket, right edge of the lane, kisses off the window and drops for him. He's got 10 points tonight, and the Dogs back in the lead, 39-38. Tigers haven't lost a home game this year. They're 11-0. The Dogs trying to upset the cart here tonight. A lot of time remaining, better than 16 minutes to go in the contest. Tigers lob it to Cruz down on the block. Georgia contests the pass and tip it out of bounds over the baseline, and they will substitute with the clock stopped. James into the ball game along with Smurf, just ahead of the under-16 timeout. Also, Justin Abson going to come in for the Dogs. 6'9", 250-pounder. From Coconut Creek, Florida. Somto will get a breather. Missouri to inbound from the near corner. Throw it towards the rim. And Pierce goes up and catches it over Abson. Drops it in the bucket and a foul. They just lobbed it up in the paint, and Pierce went up and got it and scored over Justin Abson and got fouled on the play. Now a three-point opportunity again. Abson just checking into the game, picked up the foul, and Pierce to the line. Pierce at 6'10", 4 out of 6 from the line this season. Now 5 out of 7 as his free throw rolls in there. Well, they've been working on free throws in practice, I guess, right?
Well, they had to because
They're 8
they
for
were
8
down there
tonight.
right at the bottom of the league in free throw shooting.
Kane for 3. Rattles out, no good. Rebound, Missouri. Tigers with a 2-point lead. Up ahead to Pierce, who jams it home. And now they have their largest lead of the game. And Georgia's called a timeout. 15:53 to go. This will be the under-16 break.
And this is what you didn't want, Scott.
Well, it won't be, excuse me.
You didn't want this crowd getting into it.
Coach's timeout will stop the clock and get us into a media break. 43-39. Tigers by 4 over the Dogs. A little bit of a surge here by the home team. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily, at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit GeorgiaPower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Days a year, just call us up, we'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. As you make, we take great care. Our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When your family just can't wait, you can always count on Shoemake.
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. 43-39, Missouri surging ahead by 4. That's their largest lead of the game. Georgia shooting just 33% tonight. Ouch.
So we've dropped in the second half because we were shooting 35%. They've gone up here in the second half. They were shooting 33% at the half, and now they're hitting what they've hit six of their last 6.
Yeah, they're 6 in a row, and they're 6 of 8 in the half. Georgia just 2 of 8 here in the second half. We've been outscored by 7 points since intermission. And an offensive foul just as we get into our set. Dylan James called for an offensive foul.
He pushed off
40 feet from the basket. And that'll get us into the under 16 timeout now with 15:44 to go in the half. So quick timeouts back to back. We'll jump right back into it. Our score remains Missouri 43, Georgia 39. Back in a moment, Bulldog Sports Network.
Is your current IT setup keeping you up at night? Are you tired of wasting valuable time on IT problems? Spend less time worrying about IT issues and more time growing your business. Liberty Technology gives business owners the peace of mind they need to focus on growing their businesses. We're not an IT vendor. We're a business catalyst. Visit libertytech.net. That's libertytech.net or call 770-229-9424 so you can focus on what matters, growing your business.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Pamlico Pool Company, they've been serving the Middle Georgia area since 1983. When they say they serve Middle Georgia, we mean all of Middle Georgia and the surrounding lake areas. Pamlico Pool Company installs custom Gunite pools and vinyl liner pools designed for any lifestyle. They also do pool renovations and vinyl liner replacements, scheduled weekly or bi-weekly pool maintenance, pool equipment repairs and replacements, and so much more. Check them out today, 2585 North Columbia Street in Milledgeville. Give them a call at 478-452-1003. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or go online to PamlicoPools.com. Dogs, it's time to tee it up at Barrington Hall under new ownership. And for the first time in over 20 years, it's locally owned. Barrington Hall is back and better than ever with great greens, a great layout, and one of the best tracks in all of Middle Georgia. New membership opportunities are now open. So call the golf shop at 478-259-7730 and get in the game. Whether you're chasing birdies or barking like a bulldog, visit golfbarringtonhall.com today. That's golfbarringtonhall.com. Go Dogs and go low.
It's Georgia men's basketball on the Superstations.
Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the Sirius app. 4-point lead for Missouri. They trailed by 3 at the half. Took their first lead moments ago. Since a little beyond the 15-minute mark in the first half, so Georgia had been playing in front. Couldn't build a lot of distance between themselves, however, even though Missouri had a scoring drought of over 7 minutes in the first half. But the Dogs could only build a 10-point lead. Now the Tigers lead by 4, and they've got the ball. 43-39 as we continue here from Mizzou Arena in Columbia, Missouri. Barrett and Cruz head of the key. Barrett's got the ball between the circles. Smith guards.
Dogs in a zone defense.
Cruz in the corner. James on him along the baseline. We double him with Absent. Up the wing to Mitchell. 8 to shoot. Overhead to Stone. Catch and shoot 3. Good. Jaden Stone didn't score in the first half. He was 0 for 5. He's got 5 points now in the game. First 3 of the contest. 7-point lead. Smurf's 3 from the left wing is off the rim. No good. And the rebound taken by Missouri. 46-39 now. The Dogs hit a little bit of a scoring drought. 3 by Pierce in the left corner. Skims the rim. No good. Ouch. Bodies crash on the rebound. Dogs come away with it. Kane to Wilkinson for 3. That's good. He ripped it. Left of the circle. Jeremiah Wilkinson with his third 3 of the game. He's got 14 tonight. And the Dogs quiet the storm a little bit. It's 46-42 Missouri. 14:27. Clock moving here in the second half. Tigers by 4. Mitchell works down the lane against Absent. Spins down the paint. 4 feet from the bucket. Puts it off the backboard and knocks it home. Good. Georgia attacks quickly with Kane through the paint. Jumper. No good. Rebound. Absent, and the putback is up and in. Justin Absent with his first bucket of the contest.
Well, he picked a great time for it, too. We needed that.
48-44. Barrett almost lost the ball in backcourt for the Tigers. Wilkinson couldn't quite get to that loose ball. Missouri possession. Barrett behind the back bounce pass, head of the key to Pierce, and then he kicks it out of bounds. Pass was a little bit low, and for a 6'10 guy, he's got to be up a little bit higher. He was trying to find the handle, Chuck, and ended up just kicking it right out of bounds. Not on purpose. Tigers turn it over. It'll be the Dogs' ball. That's the 11th turnover of the game by Missouri. Dogs trail by 4 now, 48-44.
I got to tell you, Missouri is playing this game at the pace they want to play it.
Yes, they are.
Not the pace that we want to play.
Dogs have not been able to get the tempo going in their direction. Well, Missouri works deep into the shot clock every possession. Smurf fakes the 3, drives along the baseline, nothing there. Bailey has it straight on 3, partially blocked, maybe fouled, no good. Absent the rebound, misses. Offensive rebound, put back good, and the Tigers have a player injured near midcourt. That's Cruz. Jacob Cruz rolling around the floor. Now he's up, and looks like he might be headed to the bench. He'll have to leave the game.
Come out of the game.
The trainers come out there already, yeah. Absence, good work down on the left end on the glass with his second straight bucket for Georgia off the bench. Has made it a 2-point game, 48-46. The officials are going to go to the monitor.
The play is on the review. The previous play is on the review.
Okay. So you're saying the previous play is under review?
Well, looking at the replay, I don't know what they're reviewing because he went sailing by Bailey, it appeared, and then just fell to the floor. I mean, I don't think he got tripped.
There was nothing called.
No, there was nothing called.
On the floor. Yeah. Cruz, we're looking at a replay. He tried to jump in the air and block the three-point shot by Justin Bailey and came down and landed on the floor. I don't see anything there.
Well, if anything, there should be a foul on him. I mean, you got to give the shooter room to land.
Was that it? The right leg came out of Bailey? Was that what we're looking at?
Well, I mean,
the shot?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely came, but he's got the right to, shoot the way he wants to shoot. I mean,
Yeah, when Justin, as we continue to look at the replay, his right foot hits Cruz as he went sailing by on the block attempt, hits him in the right leg, the lower leg, and then he crashed to the floor. But there wasn't a foul called. Play continued. The officials were looking at it again, but as Chuck points out, a three-point shooter has the right to land. Now, he had room to land because Cruz went by him to his right, the right side of his body, trying to block the shot. He wasn't head on. But they just made contact. I think Cruz was trying to sell it a little bit more than what we're seeing on video.
I agree with you.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every three-pointer scored by the Dogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund.
You heard it. There is no foul on the play.
Scana Energy threes for the Dogs tonight were 6 of 21. And after that's the longest review of the night for nothing.
Well, Pat is working this game. So
that's right. Got to catch up, right?
Pat will give us some. He'll give us some reviews now.
And now they're trying to hustle up both teams. It's an extended timeout during that break.
I don't blame the officials because they want to get it right.
It's going to be Missouri basketball. Mark Mitchell to inbound. Left baseline. They have to take it up the length of the floor. Catchings to guard the inbounds. Mitchell runs the baseline. Skips it into Anthony Robinson. And the Missouri guard will work it up at the floor against Smurf. In the front court now. Tigers by 2, 48-46. Long way to go. Better than 13 minutes. Mitchell surrounded by a triple team on the right side. Courtney Green blows the whistle. What's the call?
We tapped it out of bounds.
They never lost the handle. I guess we knocked it out on the dribble, and they continued to dribble it. But we had poked it out of bounds when they hit the baseline. So Missouri will inbound the basketball. They don't adjust the shot clock at all to keep it at 16 seconds. They inbound to Mitchell. We chase after him with 2, maybe even 3 guys. Jake Wilkins on the floor for the Dogs now. Somto's back in the game. Robinson with 5 to shoot, straight on 3, short, front of the rim. Rebound right down to Somto. Outlet to Smurf at half court, into the front side, right to left. Dogs can tie it with a 2, take the lead again with a 3 here. Catchings, touch pass back to Smurf. On the floor with the dribble all the way to the hole. And the layup attempt, he tried to scoop it up and in from the left side. Hits off the rim, no good, but there was a foul on the Tigers.
We've had a couple of those tonight that got up on that rim and hung and thought about it, but didn't give us the break and dive in.
Fouls on Stone. His second, and that puts Smurf Millender on the line for the Dogs. Smurf with only 3 points tonight, averages 11.5 a game, our 3rd leading scorer this season. First trip to the line tonight, and the free throw is good. Smurf at 84% from the line this season. Was 5 of 6 in the win over Arkansas on Saturday. Second shot by the right-hander from Houston, good. Smurf hits a pair. We're tied at 48. Tigers basketball with 12.5 minutes to go on their home floor. Robinson with a slow left-hand dribble, now the right hand. Drops it off to Stone on the wing. Quick feed to Mitchell between the circles. Catchings defending. Mitchell distributes to Robinson to the right. He misses the 3 off the front of the rim. They get an offensive rebound. Give it to Phillips. And he dunks over Somto. We were late to defend him. He hesitated. He got the ball at the foul line. We weren't going to guard him, so he just took it right in and dunked it. 2-point lead for the Tigers, 50-48. Alley-oop lob, and Somto answers with a lob to the rim and a hard flush.
He did. That was left the basket shaking.
50 apiece. Back-to-back dunks by the opposing big men. Bailey called for a foul as Missouri came across half court. Bailey foul stops the clock with 11:45 remaining in the game. We're tied at 50, Georgia and Missouri. Timeout. Back to Mizzou Arena after this break on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Big games and big bills have one thing in common. They don't happen alone. We're the United Association of Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and HVACR Technicians Local 72. And we're training the next generation of mechanical pros in Athens, Atlanta, and across the state of Georgia. The pipeline to your future starts here. Visit UA72.org.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Creature Comforts is now the official craft beer of the Dogs. Whether it's Georgia's top seller Tropicalia or the 2-time gold medal winning Classic City Lager and now Classic City Light, Creature's got you covered on game day and every day. If you're heading to the Classic City, Creature Comforts is now available at Stegman Coliseum or anywhere good cold beer is served. 2 institutions, 1 town, 1 team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. 21 and over, champions drink responsibly.
$50 apiece, Georgia and Missouri here in Columbia, Missouri tonight with 11:45 to go. Deadlocked. Has been tight throughout. Georgia's large lead of the game has been 10. That came at 20-10 with right at 9 minutes to play in the first half. And Missouri's largest lead of the game came with 15 minutes to play in this half, and they led by 7. You know.
Well, we were kind of laughing about the fact that last Saturday in the SEC there were 8 games. 6 of the 8 were decided by 4 points or fewer. And so far this season, almost 30%, it's under that figure, but almost 30% of all the games played in the SEC have been decided by 4 or fewer points. It makes me wonder, are we headed there again? Because if we are, I'm not sure my heart will take a full season of that.
Well, Georgia's going to have to figure out a way tonight to win a low-scoring game, or lower than they're used to, because this one's not going to be going into Georgia's tempo. Tied at 50 with 11 minutes and change to go. Mitchell, floater from close range, won't go. Phillips got the tap in from the left side of the rim.
Yeah, we didn't have him blocked out. Just that simple.
All 9 of his points for the big guy coming in this half for the 7-foot Sean Phillips, the transfer from Arizona State. 52-50 now. Tigers lead by a point. They whistle away the Catchings 3-point attempt. And the Dogs have Somto Surreal down on his back. On the edge of the paint, a foul on the Tigers has been called. And that's the 17th foul on Missouri. So it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation for the Dogs. Because a player fell on the floor, they're going to go look at the monitor again.
Oh, my goodness. Now, we do have a game in Austin, Texas on Saturday. So, of course, it's not far from Missouri to Austin, but still.
They've called Pat's best friend, the video monitor, at the scores table. That's where the officials are located right now as they review the last play.
Well, again, that was a high arm up in the chest of Somto Cyril that Somto took full advantage of and fell. They call the foul. Now,
they've called the foul on Robinson, however. It wasn't on Phillips. And Phillips is the guy that flexed the arm up into the chest of Somto. But Somto snapped his body back, snapped his head back, and drew the attention of the officials there.
Well, he got hit from both sides.
He did. He got an elbow or a forearm in the back. That was the foul that was called, and that was on Robinson. There was no foul called, apparently, on Phillips, the other center.
Well, they both ought to be fouls. There ought to be 2 fouls.
It's a common foul on Zero White. It'll be a play out of bounds. It's a common foul on Zero White.
Well, it won't be a play out of bounds. It'll be a 1-and-1.
You want to yell that down to Pat so he's in the game?
I think they'll figure it out.
Hope so. Somebody will tell him. Yeah, that's the 7th team foul. So, yes, James Breeding is saying 1-and-1 now.
Oh, well, James got it.
At least somebody's in the game. Somto back on the free throw line. Tigers have a 2-point lead, by the way. We don't want to lose sight of the score between all the theatrics and the drama going on. 52-50 is our score. And a substitution for the Tigers. Phillips out and Cruz back in. Jacob Cruz, graduate transfer, played at North Florida and UT Martin before coming to Missouri.
And he was the player who was so seriously injured.
Yeah, on the Bailey
no foul, on the no foul before this one.
Somto's free throw, no good. Front end of the 1-and-1 rebound, tapped up, finally controlled high on the far wing by Catchings. Over to Wilkins for a 3, short. Hits the rim, rebound. Ooh. Well, Barrett tossed it out of bounds, but Pat Adams says it's Missouri basketball. No argument from Georgia. Going to be Missouri ball. Dogs had a couple of looks at it, couldn't get it to fall. That's been the story tonight. We're shooting 35%. Now 6 of 22 on threes. Tigers by 2, and they've got possession. Mitchell has it between the circles. Gives it back to Barrett. Now he dribbles in that same spot on the logo. Behind the back, drives into the edge of the lane. Shot blocked by Somto and out of bounds into the right corner. Somto tried to chase it down, but the ball beat him out of bounds. It'll be Missouri possession, 11 on the shot clock. Dogs' 4th block of the night. And Somto has 3 of those. Tigers to inbound from the right corner. Barrett to throw it in. Catchings at 6'9", waving his arms, jumping up and down a little bit. Feeds it up the wing to Mitchell. Shot clock at 7. Mitchell works against Ross. And in the paint Floater won't go. Robinson got an offensive rebound. Kick out to Stone. His three no good. Robinson chases down another rebound. Gives it to Cruz. His three won't go. Hits the back of the rim. Kane got the rebound there. Had his outlet pass deflected. We recover. Over to Wilkinson. Takes a NBA range three from the hash. That's no good. And Mitchell the rebound, or rather Missouri the rebound. Stone has it. Now Robinson on the left baseline. He's trapped in the corner. Up the wing to Stone. Fakes the two. Over to Mitchell. Wide open three. Good.
Well,
we had nobody on it.
Yeah, we're giving them way too many chances, Scott. They are dead last in the league. Dead last in offensive rebounding. And they're all over the offensive glass right now.
Dogs on the drive again. That's another foul on Missouri. A block, and free throws coming for Georgia. And it's going to be Sompto, I think, going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, except I think that's a shooting foul.
Foul was on Mitchell, his second. Mitchell, who hit the three moments ago, he's got 18. He's the leading scorer on the floor. And Sompto missed the front end of the 1-and-1 last trip, back to try it again. But two shots, as Chuck pointed out. Free throw number one is good. 7 for Sompto Surreal tonight, but only one field goal. He's done most of his scoring at the foul line. Now 5 out of 6. 10:05 to go in the game. 4-point Missouri lead, 55-51. And Sompto steps up and drains a pair. 55-52. Georgia down 3. Missouri has the ball. Wilkinson guarding the ball handler, Barrett, in the backcourt. Now moves his right side forward as he crosses the timeline and attacks the basket underneath. Double team, nothing there. Mitchell has it out on the wing, almost traveled as he tries to dribble his way close to the basket. His layup's no good. Cruz gets the tap in, however.
Yep,
we're not getting him off the glass. You're right. Dogs attack with Wilkinson. Try to reverse lay in. And just floated it up and over the rim. Rebound Missouri. Tigers off and running. Cruz for three, right side. Around the rim and off, no good. Sompto rebound. Clears to Smurf. Dogs trying to get it under control offensively. We're down 5.
Well, at least we gave them only one chance.
Smurf, deep three. Good. Big shot, Smurf Millender from the left wing. His second three of the game. He's got 8 tonight. 57-55. Missouri by 2. Quiets the noise that was rising here in Mizzou Arena. 2-point lead for the Tigers, and they've got the ball. Less than 9 minutes remain. Barrett tries to go by Kane. They call blue for a foul on that? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Blue was backpedaling, playing defense, and Barrett, the aggressor, well, he extended the arm and got the arm into the body and tangled up Barrett's arms as I look at a replay, and I guess that was the call. Blue Kane with his first foul, and that's the 7th team foul. So it's going to be, let's say, a 1-and-1, or is this a shooting situation? Did he intend to shoot?
He thought that at some point in the future of his basketball career, he might take a shot.
Oh, they're saying 1-and-1. Okay. So 7th team foul on the Dogs. First of the game on Blue Kane. And Barrett to the line. 6'4" guard from Oklahoma City. 84% free throw shooter. Right-hander pushes it up and in. Good. And T.O. Barrett now with 6 points tonight. He's 2 for 2 from the stripe. 3-point Missouri lead. They're trying to defend the home court for the 12th time. Georgia trying to hand them their first loss at home tonight. Phillips back in the game.
And it's
for
not
Missouri.
just they were over the last 2 seasons. They're 29-2.
Free throw good by Barrett.
Playing here in Como.
Well, they ugly up the game though, don't they? Kane for 3 for Georgia. Air ball from the right wing. Not even close. Blues 0 for 4 on threes tonight. Yikes. Missouri by 4, and they've got the ball. Robinson will stretch it out a little bit longer on the possession. Goes near side to Kane. or rather Stone, guarded by Kane. They feed Barrett in the corner along the baseline, drops it off in the paint. Ball was knocked away by Stagg there. They almost had a steal the first time from Phillips, and then Stagg did poke it away. Dogs get the turnover. Smurf's got it in front court now. Smurf into the paint. Head fake. Reverse pivot. And a late foul is called, or a late whistle. That is a foul on Missouri. And that's on Phillips. That's his fourth. He just checked back into the game. And the Missouri big whistled for his fourth foul. Thought they were going to get Smurf for travel. But the whistle didn't go that way. Now Phillips is still upset. He's chirping about it.
And the foul, Somto's going to the line. Didn't you think the foul was out behind
It was right of the lane. Now the officials are going to discuss it. Now they're going to have to go to the monitor, I think, to see who's going to be shooting free throws.
Yeah, that was.
So we'll pay a visit. Do we have the visits to the scores table and the video monitor sponsored? Because I think that's a sellable action.
I think somebody is missing a golden opportunity.
I agree fully, especially with Pat Adams games.
I'm told that's a fourth review.
It's got to be more than that.
Throws a common foul. The player's under review for a possible flagrant foul.
Oh, wow. Okay. Looking for a flagrant. Well, see, I guess when you're off the floor, you miss all that close contact activity. Like we're up in the, I don't know, we're 40 rows up, looking down on the floor and looking across at the backs of the officials who are at the scores table for an official review with 8:13 to go in the game. And Missouri leading by 4 points.
So, look, there is definitely a foul down there against not Somto got fouled underneath, and then he gets hit again.
Well, the two bigs are just going at it, and they have been all night, Phillips and Somto.
Yeah, a while ago they hit him in the front and the back.
So as we look at the replay, Smurf went through the paint. Probably should have been called for traveling as he stopped and dragged his pivot foot. And then we kicked it out to Wilkinson. Meanwhile, down on the block, all that activity was going on between the two bigs. Phillips hitting Somto, and Somto pushing Phillips in the back, trying to get position. And then he retaliated maybe. I don't know if it's flagrant or not, but we'll get the call from the officials.
Well, it looks like two guys that are both having at each other.
And we thought their differences were settled earlier in the game when they were laughing and kind of cutting up with each other. But the video review continues. Courtney Green, Pat Adams, and James Breeding. That's our official trio of officials working the game tonight. Now they have, well, one guy took off the headset, but Pat's still wearing his, and they're still looking at the monitor. And they tell Missouri fans to entertain yourself. So they turn out the lights in the building, and everybody turns on their cell phone lights. That's the official review entertainment.
This is, look, we all want the calls to be right, particularly in those final couple of minutes. But really, this is starting to have an effect on the flow of the game and on the entertainment value to the fans. And they're going to have to work something out in the offseason.
I think the fans were having a good time shining their flashlights.
Yeah, but that's not what they paid money to come in here to do.
Oh, my goodness. Did we get an announcement? We didn't get one of those yet. Here goes Pat back to the microphone, so get ready.
The play with the stand that's called is going to be a common foul on white number 15.
Common foul. So what they did was, there was some contact initiated originally by Somto, but what they blew the whistle on was the retaliation. When they went back and saw that Somto they decided to just go ahead and let it just be a common foul.
So Somto at the free throw line And he's shooting a 1-and-1. And the front end goes in. So Somto now with 9 points in the game, 7 out of 8 from the free throw line in a 3-point Missouri lead. Second free throw in the air, going to bounce and roll in there good. Got the kiss off the glass. Now is Phillips going to leave the game as he's staying in with 4 fouls?
Somto's coming out, and Justin's back in on the floor.
Yeah, Phillips is going to stay on the floor for Dennis Gates. He's got 4 fouls. And Somto does check out. So Stagg is on for Georgia. Smurf, Wilkinson, Kane, and Justin Abson. 2-point lead for the Tigers, 59-57. After Somto Surreal gets into double figures by going 8 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Who would have guessed that?
Yeah, that wasn't on my bingo card, but
first inbounds pass by Missouri was swatted away by the Dogs, so they'll move to the left side of the baseline and try again. Stagg jumping up and down. Whoops. He almost jumped out of bounds. Missouri gets it in. Barrett has the basketball. Will take it up the floor down the middle of the logo. He slows it down now with 8 minutes to play in the game. Tigers lead by 2. Stone guarded by Smurf. They screen with Big Phillips. Stone shoots in the circle. It won't go. Phillips got the rebound. Phillips on the block. He's doubled there. Can't shoot. Kick it out to Stone in the corner. He's going to dribble and drive. Layup from the left side. He curled all the way from the right corner down the lane and scored on a lay-in from the left side.
Yeah, our defense just left him alone.
Stone, who's led the team in scoring the last 2 games from Missouri, had 22 against Auburn, 20 against LSU in that loss. That's his 7th points tonight. Blue Kane works for the Dogs. In close, spins against Stone, shoots from the block, short jumper, kissed it home, good. 61-59, Dogs trail.
Well, we need to get a stop, and by a stop, I mean either a steal or we need to, when they put it up and miss, we need to get a rebound. We're giving them too many second and third chances.
Georgia hasn't had much in transition tonight. Fast break points in favor of Missouri, 11-8. Phillips jumped hook at close range, no good. And a pushing foul on the rebound on Cruz, I think, is the call from Missouri. And he mad. He big mad.
So that now we're in double bonus.
Cruz with his 3rd foul, all coming in this half. That's going to put the Dogs on the line. As Chuck said, for 2, double bonus the rest of the way. And Smurf at the line for the Dogs. Chance to tie the game. He can hit them both. 6:55 to go here in Missouri. 61-59, Tigers lead. Smurf, right-handed shooter. Free throw number 1 is good. And Smurf has 9. Phillips and Cruz exit the ball game. They're in foul trouble for the Tigers. Phillips with 4, Cruz with 3. And they get Mitchell back in and Pierce. Somto will come back in for the Dogs, absent out.
And a warm greeting from the Mizzou fans.
He's earned it, hasn't he? He's the villain on the road. Smurf knocks down a pair of foul shots, and we're tied at 61. Less than 7 minutes remaining. Tigers basketball. Mitchell, slow dribble, unguarded on the left wing. Beyond the 3-point line. Now he crosses over. Jump pass to Stone. Pump fake on the 3. Got Kane in the air. They go to Pierce for a 3. No good from the left corner. They tip the rebound. Wow. Robinson out to Barrett. Continue the possession. Zip it underneath to Stone. He missed a lay-in right under the basket.
They batted it out. They batted that out.
Well, they have awarded the ball to Missouri on the
maybe we touched
ball that was swatted into the Tigers bench. Yeah, it looked like it was knocked out by Stagg on the replay. We didn't challenge. We don't contest the call. Missouri will inbound. 20 on the shot clock. 61 apiece. Mitchell for 3, left wing. Line drive won't go. Kane one-hands the rebound to himself. Stone tries to defend in the backcourt, swatted away from Blue, but Kane gets it over the timeline. Still dribbling. Blue down the lane line. Pump fake, shoot, score. Short jumper from about 4 feet right off the square.
Well,
Blue Kane now with 8.
Blue's struggling from long range, but He's tough at 4 feet, isn't he?
63-61. He's given the Dogs the lead on that shot. Barrett tries to drive from the wing. Wilkinson defends the paint. They get it back out to Stone, head of the key. Stone dribbles to his left. Works against Stagg. Gets the baseline, up and under. Oh, a foul on Somto underneath, maybe. Called a push on Surreal.
Yep.
That's 3 on Big Somto, and that's free throws coming from Missouri. Dogs by 2. And Missouri can tie it with a pair of free throws here by Jaden Stone, the 6'4" graduate guard. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Bulldog Sports Network.
WXKO AM Fort Valley, W226 BZ Macon, W290 BD Montezuma, WCEH FM Pinehurst, WWKM FM Rochelle, the Superstations, a Shanks Broadcasting station.
Stone at the line for the Tigers makes his first free throw. He's got one more as Georgia substitutes. Catchings in for Stagg. And the second free throw is short. Catchings gets the rebound.
That first free throw was Jaden Stone's 1,000th career point.
And then he missed the second one.
Missed the second one, so he's stuck on 1,000.
So congratulations on both. Getting to 1,000 and then missing 1,001. Blue Kane with a falling down 2-point jumper is no good. The rebound is kicked out under the basket. James Breeding says by Missouri. So it's going to be the Dogs' ball. 5:25 to go in the game. Georgia with a 1-point lead. They're going to contest it, challenge it. Yeah, I think Missouri wants to challenge it. They looked at the replay. Oh, no. I'm not sure they should be challenging that one. Looked like they did kick it out. Well, they changed their mind after they saw the replay because it looked like Somto had tipped it out, but before it went out of bounds, it caught the shoe of Anthony Robinson. So it is Georgia's ball, and they don't challenge the call. Dogs inbound. Somto's got it, feeds it back to Smurf. Millender on the right wing, into the paint, pump fake. Pump fake again, pivots, throws it up, and it rattles and stays in there. It almost came out over the front rim,
I don't know
but it
how
stayed in for Smurf.
I don't know how he found the space to get that shot off.
He was in the lane a long time and no 3-second call. Georgia has a 3-point lead, 65-62.
That looked like a little piece of crabgrass in the forest.
He was surrounded, but he created some space. Pierce drives from the left corner from Missouri. Went in for the dunk, missed it. Got the offensive rebound and lost the handle. Dogs pick it up. Long pass down the floor to Catchings and a dunk on the run. Cannon Catchings with a running two-handed dunk for 12 points. Dogs by 5, and Missouri stops the clock with a timeout. 4:33 to go in the game.
Oh, my goodness, Scott. Here we go again.
Are you not entertained?
Well, I got to tell you, this has not been the kind of basketball I'm accustomed to seeing us play. And I think it's, credit Missouri. They've kind of forced us to play this game tonight. And this is not the way we play basketball.
Well, that's what I said earlier. Georgia's going to have to find a way to win one of these type of games tonight. And right now they're +5 with a long way to go. Still 4:33 on the clock. That's a lot of time in a 5-point game.
If we can get out of here with a win, maybe this will be a great lesson for us that we can win a game that gets this, as you like to say, played this ugly. And that's definitely, but when you had two teams that shot 33 and 35% from the floor in the first half, yeah, that's ugly. That's not entertaining. But, also, like you say, you got to find ways to win those games. And so far, Georgia's up by 5. You got 4.5 left and change here, 4:33 to play. So let's see if we can get this done.
Cannon Catchings has really started to evolve here once we've gotten into SEC play. His last 4 conference games, he's averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds. And tonight, after that last dunk, he's got 12 points to go with 7 boards tonight.
Mike White referred to Cannon talking to you the other day as a 6'10" guard. And, he really is. He handles the ball well.
Missouri basketball, they're down 5. Clock at 4:20 to go. 10 to shoot. Stone guarded by Kane. Right of the lane. Spins, baseline. Penetrates the defense. Misses a layup attempt. Georgia tried to rebound with Somto. He couldn't control it. Lost it under the basket. It'll be Tigers basketball. Shot clock at 20 now on the inbounds coming from Missouri. Tigers will inbound at left baseline, front court, catching to guard the throw-in by T.O. Barrett. Looking in the paint, nothing there. They bounce it to Mitchell on the block. He curls around Somto, who defends, and Mitchell misses the lay-in. Dogs rebound and run the floor. There's a foul on Smurf they don't call by Robinson. Play continues. Catching for three. Rattles out from the right corner. No good. Rebound Stone from Missouri. Up the middle of the floor, guarded by Kane. Sends it to the wing to Robinson on the right side of the floor and back to Stone. Mitchell screens. Stone shoots. Three is good. 2-point lead for the Dogs, 67-65. And Stone in double figures now with 11. Dogs by 2, 3.5 to go on the road for Georgia. Smurf with a basketball. He and Wilkinson switch sides of the floor. Millender works on the near wing on the left side. Into the corner. Blue Kane, pump fake, drives baseline. Here he goes, up and under, hits the rim, no good. Rebound swatted out to half court by Kane. Wilkinson retrieves it, fires it to Catchings. Three ball off the rim, no good. Somto the rebound. Outlet to Millender. Crowd thought he traveled on the rebound. No whistle. Dogs play on. Smurf, slow dribble. 10 on the clock. Head of the key. Works against Barrett. 6 to shoot. 5 to shoot. Smurf, low dribble. Through the legs. Spins down the lane. One-hander. Front of the rim. Won't go. Smurf got a rebound to Wilkinson. Dogs extend it. Kane for three, wide open, missed it off the front of the rim. Somto the rebound, goes back and he's fouled. Wow. Holy smokes, what a possession. Students are throwing stuff out of the seats.
Well, listen, they got nobody to be upset at except their own team, just allowing all these second, third, fourth, and fifth chances for Georgia, which, by the way, we've been doing on the other end.
Called a foul on Robinson. And that gets us into the timeout. 2-point lead. What a possession by Georgia. Just couldn't get the ball in the basket. We'll try to do that on the other side of this break. 2:35 to go. 67-65. Dogs lead by 2 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Superstations provide you, the sports fan, with local sports content on the radio and online at thesuperstations.com. Reach out on social media, Facebook at The Bill Shanks Show, and follow Bill on Twitter at Bill Shanks and at The Bill Shanks Show. If you have a question or comment about our programming or have an interest in advertising, email thesuperstations@yahoo.com. Local Georgia sports on The Superstations. Now, back to Georgia men's basketball on the Superstations.
105 years ago, from a simple belief that great coffee has the power to bring people together. After 5 generations, their family's still roasting smooth, rich coffee that builds community one cup at a time. Community Coffee, community in every cup since 1919. Discover more at communitycoffee.com.
Put an extra Go Dogs in your wallet with the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. You can order at regions.com/Go Dogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Well, security, I think, is removing the possible student that threw something onto the floor after that last possession by the Dogs when they just missing shots and getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound and missed more shots and just continued the possession until finally a foul was called on Anthony Robinson from Missouri to put Samto Surreal back on the free throw line. This will be his 10th free throw of the night. He's 8 of 9.
And it's double bonus, so he's got 2 shots.
Dogs have a 2-point lead, 67-65 with 2:35 to play. Free throw is good by Samto. He's ripped home 5 straight now after his only miss of the evening. 3-point Georgia lead. We're back where we started at the half. That was Georgia's lead at the break, 29-26. Missed the second free throw off the front of the rim, rebounded by Jacob Cruz from Missouri. That's only his second miss tonight. 68-65 Dogs. Tigers with the ball. Barrett dribbles behind the screen from Big Phillips, who's on the floor with 4 fouls. Barrett still dribbling left wing. Kane picks him up. Drives into the paint. Pump fake on the block. Samto backed away, didn't want to foul, and he lays it up and in. Barrett now with 9. 1-point lead for the Dogs, 68-67. 2 minutes to go in the game. Samto's got it, foul line extended right. Looking for somebody to give the ball to. He's not being guarded. Still holding. Now cross court to Smurf. Open for a 3. Good! Smurf!
Little guy.
He rips it from the left wing.
Little guy got a big rebound a while ago. Now he buries a 3.
15 for Smurf in the game. 71-67 Dogs. Georgia by 4. Tigers have the ball. Barrett with a left-hand dribble on the left side of the floor. Wilkinson guards, extends the right arm.
Yeah, we got 90 seconds.
10 to shoot for the Tigers. Barrett behind the screen from Phillips, who rolls to the basket. High pass to Stone in the corner. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Stone on the baseline. The turnaround at the horn, he beat the clock. Got a long 2 to float up and in. 71-69. Stone with 13 points, all in the second half. Dogs lead by 2 with 61 seconds to play.
Got to find a way, Scott.
Wilkinson's got the ball. DeSanto head of the key. Right back to Jay Wilk. Mike White says timeout. 16, make it 15 on the possession clock. 56 seconds to go in the game. And Mike's going to use a timeout right here.
Well, I got to tell you, at half, I wondered if we'd get into the 70s. We're at 71, so there's at least that. Now we got that 2-point lead. We've got 16 seconds here. If we could figure out a way to get 15, I'm sorry, 15 on the shot clock. If we can figure out a way to get that ball in the basket and have a 4-point lead, or even hit a 3 and have a 5-point lead, oh my goodness.
Dogs using a 30-second timeout with 56.4 seconds to play here in Mizzou Arena. Tigers 11-0 on their home floor. They're 2-0 in SEC games. They've beaten Florida and Auburn here on their home court in conference play this year. Their other win in the SEC came at Rupp. They beat Kentucky there and won at Rupp for the first time in school history. They lost at LSU on Saturday. Their other loss in the conference was at Ole Miss. Georgia trying to swipe one on the road here. We've got the ball and a 2-point lead. We inbound to Smurf. Clock begins to tick. To Samto, head of the key. Paul almost stolen by Missouri. Wilkinson retrieves it, slides on the floor, loses it again. Samto saves it. Catching 3 at the horn. Off the rim, no good. Amazing that we even got a shot off there. Wow. Missouri has possession. They call a time with 34.4 to go. They're down 2. They've got the ball and a little more than a half a minute to play. And a timeout, Dennis Gates and the Tigers. Well, Barrett tipped that ball on the handoff from Samto to Wilkinson, and that started the whole avalanche.
Yeah, at that point, we were just scrambling to try to get something up in the air and near the rim.
Wilkinson slipped as he tried to drive and dribble on the left side of the floor. He slipped, kept the dribble alive, sent the ball into the paint to Samto. He couldn't handle it, almost lost it out of bounds over the baseline.
He made a great play to get it back in.
He got it back to Cannon, and Catchings forced up a 3 at the end of the shot clock that bounced off the rim, and Missouri rebounded it. And that's where we are. They'll have the ball when time comes back in. Down 2, 71-69.
This is, you just kind of had that feeling at the way the game went into the half that this could be another one of those finishes that unfortunately we've seen too frequently here in the early part of this SEC schedule.
Don't we get that feeling every time we go into the conference?
Yeah.
Every game is like this.
It really is. And, tip of the hat to the SEC. It's watched the best basketball conference in the country, and it's, entertaining to watch. It just is.
Let's hope we can stay away from the video review here at the end of the game. Let's just finish it. 71-69. Georgia by 2, 34.4 to go. Missouri will inbound. Front court on the far side, just to the left of their bench. Jacob Cruz to throw it in. And he'll throw it in unguarded for the most part to Mitchell between the circles. Clock ticks. Mitchell just holding it. Now hands it off to Barrett. Smurf's guarding him. Barrett dribbles high left wing. Barrett around a screen from Mitchell. They go to Cruz off the screen. The curl, he hits the three to put Missouri in front. 72-71. Tigers lead by 1. Dogs ball, 16 to play. Smurf on the attack. Pump fake, pivots into the paint. Nowhere to go with it. Timeout, Georgia. Dogs call time with 9.7 to go. Cruz's three has put Missouri in front by 1.
Well, we're going to get one last chance. We gave up that three. He had a great look, straight on, no defender on him, and he buried it.
Cruz, their top three-point shooter at 47% coming into the game, 3 for 7 on those shots tonight. And that was a big one there, obviously, to put the Tigers in the lead. 72-71, Georgia with one final possession, hanging on with 9.7 seconds left. Mike White calls a time. Georgia won for its last 7 from the field. And we'll see if we can end that trend on a high note and go out with a victory. Dogs shooting 36% tonight. That's well below their average. We're 9th in the league in field goal percentage. A little bit less than that in SEC games only, but nowhere near our season percentage tonight. Missouri has kept us down. We've missed a lot of good looks, as have they. They're at 40% for the game. Dogs turn this timeout into a full timeout.
Well, you got almost 10 seconds here to get a shot.
Yeah, plenty of time. You don't have to rush. You can run your play, whatever they've drawn up. And now Mike White is out on the floor near the lane to go over last-second instructions after the team broke away from the huddle. So Smurf will inbound it left of the basket on the baseline. Dogs with Blue Cane, Wilkinson, Somto, and Catchings on the floor. Mitchell to guard. We throw it right into Wilkinson, and the layup on the out-of-bounds play is no good off the rim. Oh, did they award Missouri a timeout, so no play? They awarded Missouri a timeout right as we were inbounding the ball.
Well, then they got to put a tenth of a second back on the clock.
And that's what one of our assistants, Charles Mann, is telling the official about that. So you know what that means, a video review.
Well, it was 9.7.
Yeah.
If you gave him he can't call timeout in the middle of a play.
No. And they put 9.7 back on the clock. So we'll get our 10th back. Dennis Gates used a late timeout. I mean, really late. We were throwing the ball in right when it was right off his fingertips. He was getting the timeout from the officials. 9.7 on the clock.
I think if Gates had it to do over again, I think he wishes he hadn't called the timeout because we missed the shot underneath.
Yep.
And the ball was bouncing away toward them.
And we were getting the shot early. We weren't taking it down to the last second. Jeremiah was putting it up with 9 seconds left. All right, we'll try it again. Same spot on the floor. Smurf to throw it in. Lobs it into Somto. Near side, hands it off to Smurf. Clock at 7. Smurf attacks up and in, and a foul. He scooped it up from the right side against Mitchell. No, against Phillips. The ball bounced on the rim and fell. Phillips called for the foul. That's his 5th. He's fouled out. And Smurf Millender on the line with 5.5 seconds to go. Smurf going to the free throw line. What a play by the little guy. 17 in the game for Smurf. He's our leading scorer. And a free throw to come, but Phillips is fouled out.
And they're going to take their time, aren't they?
They've substituted. Pierce is back in. Smurf at the line for a three-point play to put the Dogs up 2. Free throw good. 18 for Smurf. 5.5 to go. Neither team has a timeout remaining. It's a 2-point game. Dogs in front. Blue Cane comes out. Ross is in. Ross, Smurf, Catchings, Somto, and Wilkinson are 5. It's odd that Kane would come out with his defensive ability. But here we go. Stone to throw it in. Unguarded. Will double Barrett in the backcourt.
Well, we want them to take as much time in the backcourt as possible.
Feed it into Barrett. Clock at 3. Clock at 2. Clock at 1. Cruz. Desperation 3. Front of the rim. No good. Dogs win it.
Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And now look at this.
Now Cruz wanting to mix it up with some of the Georgia players. He's having to be held back.
Yeah, that's not a good idea and not a good look. Like they're getting, they're pushing the Missouri players away.
Now Catching's being taken back by Somto, but they're kind of laughing. Now Somto's just pushing Cannon Catchings up into the tunnel. They're gone. Georgia's just leaving the floor. No handshake line.
Yeah, and the Dogs are 4-2 now. 4-2 in the SEC. They beat Missouri here, hand Missouri. Its first loss of the season, of the entire season, really, for them. But here at Mizzou Arena, and now for Georgia, it's on to Austin, Texas, on Saturday to take on the Texas Longhorns. But we needed to steal another one on the road. Our last road trip, we were able to get one in South Carolina, so it was great to be able to come in here and get this one. This is a big win for Georgia, as you mentioned, and had me explain extensively in the pregame. This was a quad 1 win, and so that's a big win for the Dogs. And it's a big win for a lot of people with the fact that it came out 2 points, Georgia on top. Isn't that right, Adam? Yes, Adam gives me the thumbs up.
74-72 the final. Georgia now 16-3 for the 21st ranked Bulldogs. 4-2 in the Southeastern Conference, and they get a key road victory here. Missouri now 13-6 with the loss, and 3-3 in the SEC. And as we told you all along tonight, their first home loss of the season here at Mizzou Arena. Stay tuned now for the Regions Locker Room Report. Put an extra Go Dogs in your wallet with the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. Order at regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Dogs a winner by 2. Stay tuned for our post game. That's next on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.